Okay, hello everybody. Thank you for coming back to the second part of our welcome fair things with hockey today. I imagine you've already been concentrating for a while, so thanks for listening now, or if you're listening on Saturday, we're recording this now. So yeah, thanks for tuning in if you're here on Saturday as well. Myself and Andy are going to take an opportunity to talk about some of the other parts of the hockey club. Very central parts, which are volunteering and welfare. So just a quick introduction about myself, and Andy will get the chance to do the same in a couple of minutes when we talk about welfare. I'm going into my third year at UCL. I'm studying history, and I'm going to be the volunteering sec of UCL Men's Hockey Club this year. So I'm going to talk to you for a couple of minutes about some of the things we really want to concentrate on this year. And then, as I say, Andy will have a chance to talk about welfare afterwards. So I will get going. We've got a few slides here, like the others had earlier. If that's going to work. So yeah, some of the three main things we're going to focus on in volunteering this year are, for one, working with our partner charities, raising money, doing events. The second one is going to be outreach in our community, which is something we wanted to do last year, but didn't really get around to it. So we've made it a real focal point this year. So various community outreach programs and a whole volunteering program, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. And the third aspect is something we also think is very important this year, as it probably should have been in years before, but this year especially, we're going to really focus on our club's sustainability. And to be honest, not just our club, but other clubs and holding other societies to account in terms of their sustainability credentials. So as I say, to start off with, I'm going to talk about charities. So if you've been listening earlier on, I think some people may have taken the chance to have spoken about one of our big club-wide challenges, which we try and do every year towards the end of the year. Obviously, this year with coronavirus and lockdown, it was not something we were able to do together. So in a virtual sense, we ran 1,000 miles collectively to Calera, which is next to Valencia in Spain. So we sort of recorded those over Strava. And as you can see on the screen, there's an example of one of the runs that we did, and then obviously collectively ran 1,000 miles and managed to raise £1,000, which went to the Trussell Trust, which is a food bank based in Camden, which was doing some really amazing work over the lockdown period, especially, and it's hopefully a charity we're looking to work with again. So moving into next year, obviously we want to try and replicate something like this, and hopefully it can be something we can actually do together by that point. So for example, the Girls Club a few years ago did the 3 Peaks Challenge, which was a really amazing achievement, and they raised over something like a lot of money. So we want to try and do something on that scale, and as I say, just scale it up. And then, so secondly, throughout the year, we're going to have lots of other varied charity events. For example, in a few weeks, we're planning to do something with the Stay Up Trust, which supports 16 to 25-year-old homeless people. So that would just involve various members of the club, or hopefully the whole club, just staying up for one night and then donating to the Stay Up charity to support young people who aren't as fortunate as us to have a room and a bed and such things. And then lastly, just a bit of passive volunteering. It's just something we're going to be thinking about this year. So when you sign up when you buy your kit or you buy tickets for events, you might have the option to add on £1 or £2, which can go to the various charities that we support. But all in all, obviously, one of the main things about volunteering is the charity work we do. And it will be a great opportunity for you as a member of the club to sort of get involved in the wider things. And it's important to emphasize that volunteering at the club is definitely not a separate part of it. It's still very much intertwined with the whole club sort of ethos. And obviously everyone who gets involved in volunteering, most of them also play for teams. And yeah, it's just the wider sort of reach of the club, really. And it's just going to offer you just a balanced way of being part of the club this year. So next, I wanted to talk about the club's outreach. So this year, I'm really excited to say that we're going to be working with the charity or sort of organisation Hockey Inner City, which is run by GB International Reese Smith. So I've had the chance to get in contact with Reese, and he's really keen for us to go and help out at their training sessions, their community days. So sorry, basically Hockey Inner City provide hockey sessions and training for kids that might not get the chance to play the sport usually, because hockey in itself sometimes isn't the most accessible sport. You know, you have to have the equipment, you have to have the facilities, and it's sometimes not within everyone's grasp. So Reese and his team are doing some really amazing work trying to get hockey amongst kids who wouldn't really get the opportunity otherwise by doing their training sessions and days. And he's really keen to have some of us down on their training sessions to help coach. So obviously this would be a really great opportunity for you guys to be able to work with young people, and hopefully we'll have this running throughout the whole year. Obviously, as for right now, with the union's guidelines, we can't actually visit any of their training sessions yet or coach yet, but obviously that's something which hopefully will become possible soon. And another thing we want to do with Hockey in the City, hopefully this year, is get some of the children who are part of the organisation to UCL and give them a tour of the university, and maybe have them some of our training sessions, just to really make something like university in London something which is aspirational for them and something which they feel is achievable. So yeah, we're really excited to be doing this year. But obviously we are slightly limited at the moment, but when it kicks off, it's going to be, yeah, I'm really excited. And hopefully you guys should be too. So that's going to be our main outreach program this year. And then my third point, I just wanted to talk about sustainability, which is something, as I said earlier, we really want to have as a central part of our club's ethos this year, and something I'm going to be working alongside Harriet, who's the Women's Club's volunteering secretary, just to get out resources to educate members of the clubs on sustainability issues, because I think in previous years it's something which we haven't really thought about very much. You know, on a usual match day on a Wednesday, there's loads of things like plastics and other things which just get disposed of, which is, for one, wasteful. And anyway, it's something we just are conscious that we want to cut down this year. But it's not, this isn't just something which we as a club want to do, because obviously the only difference which we're really going to be able to make is if we work on this as a whole university. So I'm in contact with members of Sustainable UCL, which is a organisation which is aiming just to decrease UCL's carbon footprint in general. And societies have a really, really big role to play in that. So yeah, watch out throughout the year for posts on our Facebook pages and different ways you can get involved with our plans for the club's sustainability, whether that be events where we go and help with a clean-up along the canal, or other things we've got planned. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And as I say, it's just a really good opportunity to just broaden your horizons at university, whilst being part of a brilliant society in general. So so those are my three things I wanted to talk about. So I think Andy should be on the line as well, and he's going to talk briefly about welfare, and yeah, obviously a very central part of our club as well. So if Andy is there.
That's great. Thank you, Henry.
I'll stop sharing my screens and you can start sharing yours.
Yes, thank you. Quickly set this up. Hello. That should be sharing. So, as Henry said, my name is Andrew, and I am the welfare officer for UCL Men's Hockey Club for this year. And I will be here to help with any issues that you may have. And I look forward to meeting you all. First things first, we are more than just a club here. We are at heart a family, and we support each other on and off the pitch. We both have, on the pitch, we both have the aim, we all have the aim of winning the game, but off the pitch, we have all got the aim of finishing uni in one piece. At the club, our priority is the welfare of our members, even above that of playing hockey. At our club, we want you to enjoy your time with us, as this will allow you to play your best hockey. We are inclusive of anyone, no matter who you are, no matter your identity, and we want you to feel comfortable with your identity. We believe this because we understand that life at university, especially at the start, can be a very stressful time. And we want to make hockey a place where you don't have to worry about any issues. Last year, we held some events with welfare in mind. For instance, during the month of February, we had a mixed hockey tournament, with the women's club, and that was to promote pride. And throughout the year, we also held active bystander training sessions. These sessions helped us to help each other, and they will also be returning this year. As I mentioned, active bystander training will return. However, this is only if COVID allows for it. Hopefully everything will be in a better situation. We also have drop-in sessions, online and in person, and breakfast mornings planned. However, once again, these will mainly be online due to the current climate of things with the coronavirus. And finally, a system that we have set up is an anonymous message system. As we understand, some people may feel much more comfortable sending in messages of their issues in a manner that doesn't reveal who they are. And with that, we hope people will use it, and any issues that people do have will be sorted out very quickly.
Okay, so yeah, also just feel free to message myself or Andy if you've got any questions regarding welfare or volunteering. And just as a general sort of closing note, thank you for everyone who tuned in over the course of the afternoon. If you did miss anything during the afternoon, if you missed the introduction to hockey, or you missed the introduction from James and Safe, then you can watch a recording of this, which is going to happen on Saturday as well. So yeah, feel free to tune into that if you did miss anything. And apart from that, I hope you managed to learn a little bit about the hockey club this afternoon. And I think we're all really excited to welcome our new members, whether that be this week or next week. So yeah, thank you very much for listening.
You all. And we look forward to seeing you all.
Yeah, we'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching, guys.